Two things in this video. I'm going to share with you a new lick, a blues lick in the key of A, but most importantly, I'm going to teach you the approach when you're learning a new lick, what to do, what not to do. All that is coming up. Right after this, grab your guitar, we're going to get started. Hello, my name is David Wallerman. Welcome to this channel, which is all about helping guitar players around the world find their voice on the instrument, develop that voice to tell their own personal musical story. Today, we're working on a backing track in the key of A. This is a blues backing track, right? Typical blues. You can get this for free. The link is below with the lick that we're going to cover. And if you just want to jam over this, super simple. A minor pentatonic. Mix the lid in. Even Dorian. And so forth. But most importantly, the lick that you can also get below will work on this. And well, what do we do with this? Several approaches. Let me play the lick first as it's written. Played it really slow and in context of what it's written in, right? Daka, 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 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our lick. Now, if you just learn this note per note, you are missing out, because if you're playing over a backing track like this one right here, well, the lick is in 16th notes, so you've got to internalize that. Right, a little bit hard because this is a triplet feel. So it's not really going to work. You're going to have to adapt to that. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is that the lick is written. It's set in stone. Music is not set in stone. Music is a living thing. So all these things need to be... Why did I show you this guitar? I didn't even play. But if you tried to play that, it's very scalar, very static. It's not going to work. So that's the first reason why you shouldn't learn a lick, really note per note like it's written. But how do you learn a lick? Well, this way. First of all, you learn the notes, and you extract from that, or you attach to that the knowledge of scales that you already hopefully have. You're trying to attach it to something that you already know. In this case, if you're starting here on the 8th fret, all this should remind you of this, the A minor pentatonic scale. It's a lick in A, so A minor pentatonic, but you see some bends in there, right? The first note on the 8th fret is a little bended. So that gives you a clue that, well, that note that I'm bending to, what is that? That's actually a major third, if you know your intervals. And all of that work is very important when you're learning a lick. Knowing the intervals, because that will allow you to know where to place that lick. And once you have that information, once you know where the lick goes, you play it once. This is where you need to be very honest, because you're going to start speeding things up. And as you're doing this, some imperfections are going to come up. That's what you need to work on. For me, this particular lick, it's right here, that transition. Something is going on that doesn't allow me to play it very smoothly. See that? Why is that? Well, that's the question that you need to ask yourself when you're approaching something. So I noticed the difficulty here. It's in that transition. So I'm going to look at my right hand. It's written as an economy picking lick. Down, 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 up, 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 down on the next string. That's why this movement is not a natural one. So that's what I'm going to work on. I've got to anticipate. See, on the 4th string here, 7th fret, I'm going up, and then I've got to go down on the 3rd string. So there's that kind of movement that is very unnatural. I go up, and as soon as I did that, I've got to go up on the next string. So I'm just going to isolate that. Make a little exercise out of it. Maybe a chromatic thing. Isolated the difficulty. Then I'm going to tie that to the rest of the lick. Now, this right here, because I'm coming from a sweeping movement, up, 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 down, the last upstroke on the 4th string needs to come kind of outside of the string so that I am ready to attack the inside. I'm going to exaggerate the movement here. And that's a very important aspect of learning a new lick, exaggerating the movement, because if you exaggerate it, your body, your muscles or your fingers are going to pay more attention. That is a weird movement that I'm doing here. Why is the brain of my body, the commander, telling me to do this? It's going to take note of that next time. Now, eventually you will decrease that exaggeration of movement, right? The movement will be a little bit less, but because you exaggerated it, it's going to consolidate it into your fingers. Now, the next step, this is very important. We've got basically 2 pieces that we're tying together with this difficulty. Don't stop at the next note. Add a few notes after, because if you just do this over and over, it's going to be hard to continue that lick. So add a few more notes, maybe something. Break it piece by piece, and make sure that, you know, if the first 3 notes are a piece, notes 4, 5, 6 are another piece. Don't just do notes 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. Don't do that. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then maybe something like 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5. That transition. Don't isolate the pieces of licks too much. Work on those transitions. And once you have that down, the technicality of that, that's where the fun begins, because we can start improvising over the track that is provided for you. And play it as it is. See what I'm doing there? I'm taking pieces of that. Slowing things down, making it breathable, making it a little more alive. It's just like saying a word in a lot of different ways, or a sentence in a lot of different ways. If you're just saying the sentence the same exact way all the time, that's very robotic. You don't want that. You want to make this alive. That's what music is. So that's the idea. Whenever you approach anything, break that down. Be very honest with yourself. Where's the difficulty? Why am I struggling with this? Work on that piece. Add a little bit before, a little bit after, and break the lick down into multiple different pieces, not always the same. So remember what I was saying. Notes 1, 2, 3 maybe, and then 4, 5, 6, and then 2, 3, 4. That transition is very important. You approach everything like this. Take your time. Have fun in the process. You can download this backing track and the lick that I just shared with you, which is a cool lick because it blends minor pentatonic and major pentatonic together for free. The link's below the top line of the description of the video. Thanks for watching this. See you very soon. If this was your first visit, well, thanks for stopping by. You should consider subscribing, because every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, a new video just like this one is released, helping guitar players around the world find their voice on the instrument, develop it. Why? Squeaky. This thing is kind of squeaky. Find their voice on the instrument, develop it to tell their own personal musical story. I'll see you next time. Practice well.